The collaborative organisational learning programme involves going to an organisation and discussing with the senior management what is a live quality issue for them, and then seeking to use professional dialogue to address that issue.
Professional dialogue is a model and a framework for helping others to facilitate learning in others. It has three main elements. It's underpinned by a set of values based around creating autonomy in others, independent learning. It has a set of skills, such as questioning in particular and listening, and it also has a structure. The structure has four elements: the purpose, the outcomes, the strategy, and the review.
Well, I describe professional dialogue as a flexible change methodology. It draws on a number of other existing tools and approaches to bringing about change in organisations. But really, it's unique in its own approach, in combining a coaching approach and an approach to whole organisational change. And I think what really is different about it from other methodologies is its focus on purpose and on outcomes.
And with professional dialogue, the aim is to ask more questions and to give less answers.
My role as the critical friend is to discuss what would be an appropriate quality improvement initiative within the organisation that professional dialogue would really work with.
And my role as the professional dialogue facilitator would be to work with the improvement team, identified by the sponsor, and do two things really. One, to introduce them to this concept of professional dialogue, to train them in professional dialogue, and then to support them using professional dialogue as they apply that methodology to their improvement project.
We asked them to come up with a mandate, which basically is to look at the rationale, the aims, what they perceive to be the outcomes of a project. And then that is going to be passed on to an improvement team who they select themselves, and the improvement team is then charged with reviewing that mandate, and they're also charged with action planning and taking on responsibility and ownership for that project.
What I think's worked particularly well in the project is where we've introduced professional dialogue. Following that workshop, we've looked at the mandate for the project, in other words, the outline for the project, and encouraged them to really think through the purpose. What's it going to be like when they've made the change? And that's really helped them to revise the mandate in the way that we ask them to do.
Even though we're at an early stage in the programme, we can already see several tangible benefits for the organisations that have been involved. Improved learner recruitment, for example, improved practice in teaching and learning, and one particular one that we could focus on is the improvement in the use of language amongst students involved in one particular programme.
The impact that LSIS has, the difference it makes, LSIS being involved, to the buy-in from colleagues at their organisations for the particular project. It's almost like the weight of LSIS being behind it gives it a gravitas, gives it a kudos, and that gives it a momentum.
The programme will continue to evolve as the landscape in which the providers are working continues to evolve. And one of the great features about professional dialogue is that it, at its heart, a very responsive approach to quality improvement. Following on from running the project internally, then they will seek to use those skills with other organisations to spread good practice and to raise the quality of the entire sector.
So they can support other organisations, other supported providers to be able to also affect change. So actually they're taking out the knowledge, the tools and resources that LSIS have equipped them with to go out and work with others.
The use of professional dialogue within this programme has given ownership to the staff, has included and involved the students, and has left a legacy that has changed attitudes and beliefs in that organisation.
A number of the organisations that we've worked with, they're using professional dialogue on a daily basis. They're coming together much more frequently as teams from different parts of the organisation, and some of them have said to us that that's the first time that's happened as an organisation, that they're regularly meeting, they're regularly sharing ideas, and just the process of learning the skills around professional dialogue and having those kinds of conversations has made a massive difference to the culture of the organisation.